Namaskar. Let us look at two important aspects in the Bhagavad Gita. Like Pandava Arjun on the Kurukshetra battlefield in the Bhagavad Gita, we all are fighters in the work arena, Karma Kshetra. Here is a list of our battlegrounds with increasing intensity. For the smooth functioning of every home, work needs to be done, but as the members at home are related, one can get away lightly with mistakes. For a mistake at one's office, where most others are strangers, who can in time become friends, one can be reprimanded. At the worst, one can lose one's job. On the road, where everybody is a stranger, a mistake can cause injury. At worst, it can kill someone. Facing one at the battlefield on the nation's border is the enemy, totally unrelated. All mistakes, big and small, can kill. This is the ultimate battlefield, and the Mahabharat war is exactly this sort of conflict. Members of a clan and natives of a nation are fighting one another. As it is all about military action, the scope for error isn't there. But each death causes pain to each heart, as all are related. As there is no scope for error, work has to be done during a Mahabharat like war with maximum thought and proficiency, and this is what the Gita advises. If one listens to the Gita, one realizes that while one speaker, Arjun, is talking about a personal war, the other speaker, Lord Krishna, is talking about a civilizational mission. As these two have been very close friends, why do we see this difference? Throughout his life, Arjun had been facing personal battles, up against the many intrigues of cousin Duryodhan, and then the expansion of the Indraprastha empire during the Rajasuya sacrifice. So his view of the Mahabharat war is also a limited one. On the other hand, Lord Krishna had been born with a mission to end the Asura campaign. At the time of his birth to Mother Devaki in a Mathura prison, he had to devise means to escape death at the hands of his maternal uncle, King Kans. Just after birth, he had to escape a poisoning attempt by Putana. Till the time he reached Kurukshetra as Arjuna's charioteer, he had dealt with asuras like Trinavrat, Vatsasur, Bakasur, Adhasur, Dhenukasur, Pralambasur, Arishtasur, Keshi, and Vyomasur, and wicked kings like Emperor Jarasandh of Magad, Rukmi of Vidarbh, Shishupal of Chedi, Dantavaktra of Karush, Vasudev of Pundra, Kashiraj of Kashi, and Shalv of Shob. Plus, as Lord Krishna says in the Gita, he takes form whenever the dharmic order is disturbed in verse 4.7, and that he has taken many births and remembers all of those in verse 4.5. Krishna had enough experience to see the Kurukshetra war as the culmination of a campaign against Asuric forces. In the Matsya avatar, he fought against Haygrev, who was trying to corner the technology given in the Vedas. In the Kurma avatar, he helped the Devas get the nectar from the Shir Sagar. In the Varaha avatar, he neutralized Hiranyaksh, who wanted to take the earth under his control. In the Narasimha avatar, he freed media from the grip of demon king Hiranyakashyap. In the Vaman avatar, he restored the heaven to the Devas from the control of Mahabali. As Parshuram, he humbled the haughty Kshatriyas. As Ram, he vanquished the powerful Ravan. Then, as the eighth and ninth incarnation of Vishnu, were born Balaram and Krishna. So, Krishna or Vishnu had been for long in a war against the cornering of resources by a few. So, Krishna in the Gita brings forth all that experience to convince Arjun that the Mahabharat war was much more than Arjun's personal war. It was the final battle to make India great. That is why the epic has the title Mahabharat. Do give me your opinion in the comments below. Previously, I have made two videos on the Bhagavad Gita. Do watch them. Namaskar.